center off of Eckerly, and he just missed the net. O'Reilly with the shot. Far down, he scored!
Come from behind for a month. Now with the lead, they're getting a little wobbly. Philadelphia, they won't get him! Wow! Edwards pulls off and buries the flag! Shot for Darby!
What is up, my Pitchfork Lunch peeps? Welcome into this Thirsty Thursday edition of Pitchfork Lunch. I am Michael Caratino at Diablo00 on X, the artist formerly known as, you guys know it, the Twitter. Absolutely. You can see the show live there every day, Monday through Friday, 12 to 1. Also, my IG, michael.caratinudo.5. Yes, again, send me comments there. Hit me up. Enjoy all the, again, I enjoy comments, questions, stuff that I've gotten. So yeah, I mean, hit me up there. Feel free at on IG at michael.caratinudo.5. And yes, Pitchfork Lunchers, I know I tell you every day. I remind you, I you know, educationally remind you that you can watch the show live on YouTube, which is phenomenal. You can go to my YouTube channel and watch the show live there. Plus, you should subscribe to the channel, because if you do miss it or miss anything, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. You know, put it there in your favorites and go back and binge watch all that you've missed, which is absolutely phenomenal. All you have to do is go to YouTube. You see my name, Michael Caratinudo, but it's M as in Michael, V as in Victory, C as in Champ 005 at MVC005 on YouTube, and subscribe away. Because again, coaches, players, insiders, voices, alum, there is a plethora of interviews that are going on there. And I mean, again, there's no reason why you should not subscribe and make sure you're caught up with, again, the coaches, the players we've had on. By the way, I got an update on something that we had an interview last week, and got a little bit of an update on something. So, yeah, we're the movement is getting going. But yeah, so go to YouTube, subscribe to my channel, watch live, and also subscribe at M as in Michael, V as in Victory, C as in Champ, like Big 12 champs, you know, volleyball, football, first year in Big 12 champs, 005 at MVC 005 on YouTube, and subscribe away, my friends. Also, if you're driving around, you're going to meet friends for lunch, or maybe, you know, it is Thirsty Thursday. Maybe you take an early happy hour. Maybe you get to leave work at noon. That would be phenomenal. I would support that. I'm sure your boss probably wouldn't, but I would be supportive of that for you. But you can listen to Pitchfork Lunches. We are a part of the best internet radio station on the web, part of the Casual Sports Radio Network family. And you can go to www.ksrnaz.com. Page opens up, bam, go to click, listen, live, hit play Monday through Friday, 12 to 1, pitchfork lunch. And guys, when you're there, again, great. Obviously, Casual E wanted to add some Sun Devil content, some phenomenal and great, just again, Sun Devil Nation content to the Casual Sports Radio Network family. But subscribe to their socials, man. Keep up with the Suns. Obviously, the trade deadline is getting closer and closer. Is Bradley Beal going? Is Nurkic going to go somewhere? Casual E's got you covered, man. So the Suns, the Diamondbacks, the Cardinals, the Mercury. Obviously, a lot going on with the Mercury. Traded for Alyssa Thomas. Brittany Griner is going to be signing in Atlanta. She committed to it, but you can't. You can sign contracts on February 1st, my friends. So guess what? But Casual E's got you covered with all those teams. And now, again, the Sun Devil content. So go to www.ksrnaz.com. Again, page opens up, click listen live, hit play, Pitchfork Lunch is there. If you're driving around, of course, I want you to watch. And my safety reminder for you, all of you out there, but you Sun Devils out there, yes, I want you to watch. Please don't watch and drive. Concentrating on the road. You're smart. You know this. Just a reminder, but you can stream it through your Bluetooth. And if you're going to meet your friends for lunch or whatever, or you're headed for your early Thursday happy hour, again, no judgment here in Sun Devil country for me and Pitchfork Lunch country. So, but you can listen to it, and then when you get there, you can again watch all the other ways, or again just keep listening so you don't miss anything. So yes, www.ksrnaz.com. And again, very stoked to be a part of the Casual Sports Radio Network family. Yeah, so last night, I said women's hoops took it on Oklahoma State, my friends. And man, I tell you what, it was, like I said, you got to start producing wins. Coaches and the coach Adair, the coaching staff, not oblivious to it. The players aren't oblivious to it either. I mean, it's yes, you want to see competition and growth, right? A team battling, competing, growth, and into consistency. Basketball, right? Not in any sport, but I'm just saying, like in this case, with basketball, and starting slow has been an issue, and then they respond. So you like to see the response. It's just fixing the coming out with. And yeah, there's another team across from you guys, and every team can say this. And fans, again, what do I always say? What do we always say? You can't spell fanatic without fan. So that being said, there's another team across the way. And yes, it comes to adjustments. And people say, well, that's, and everybody's just so quick to blame coaching. Yeah, you can adjust. But again, if that team's also adjusting too. So it's, yes, the wins need to come. You need to want to see those results. But before you see the wins, you want to see growth. I mean, from last year to this year, guys, you can tell the difference. I know the record, they're 8-14 right now. They've lost 7 straight. They're 5-5 at home, 1-7 away, 2-2 on a neutral site, 2-8 in conference. Obviously very tough. But you lose 81-73 to Oklahoma State last night. And what was the issue? I mean, you say kind of the first half, but the first quarter, they got outscored 22-10. Again, unfortunately, it's going to happen. I mean, you look in the first quarter, ASU was 5 for 20 from the field, 0 for 5 from 3. I mean, in the first half, they were 1 for 10 from 3. So, in the third quarter, though, they were 4 for 5 from 3 and then 2 for 3. So, I mean, they were 7 for 18. They finished at 38.9%, but it was just a very horrific first half 3-point shooting. That being said, but you're 5 for 20 from the field overall, 0 for 5 from 3, no free throw attempts. That's tough. Like you look at Ty Skinner. I mean, again, Ty Skinner, a game last, another solid performance for Ty Skinner. 50% from the field, guys. 7 for 14. She was 5 for 8 from 3, which is, as you guys can tell, over 50%. So like she had 23 points, 6 assists, 2 rebounds, 1 steal. I mean, awesome. Jaylen Brown, I mean, she did have 20 points last night. Oh, and Ty Skinner was 4 for 4 from the free throw line. Hit all 4 of her free throws. Jaylen Brown had a little bit of a tough first half, but I mean, she finished 7 for 21 from the field. I mean, again, putting up shots, looking to score, driving, and not just, chucking all threes. I mean, she was 2 for 5. Again, 40%, not bad. They're very good. I mean, you shoot 40% from 3, coaches will take that. But 7 for 21 from the field, 2 for 5. But she was also 4 for 4 from the free throw line. Loving that. And I mean, she's been very solid from the free throw line all year. I mean, as Ty Skinner had, again, shocking misses. I know I talked about, but you got Skinner with 23, Brown with 20, and then Nevaeh Parkinson had 8. Kennedy Basham had 7. Kennedy Fauntleroy had 6. And then Michaela Moore had Nevaeh Parkinson had 6. Kennedy Fauntleroy had 5. And Michaela Moore had 2. So, I mean, but first quarter, 10 points. And guys, we talked about it again, not all rainbows and unicorns. And it's tough because what have I said? And you've heard the sound, you've heard the players talk, you've heard Jaylen Brown talk, we've heard Ty Skinner talk, obviously Coach Adair, Kennedy Fauntleroy. Like, it's not that the coach hasn't this team, again, it's coming together and gelling, and the talent's not there. But yes, I get it, Sun Devil Nation. It is frustrating when you're not winning. Because now you look at, Oklahoma State, again, 18-3 now. They came in at 17-3 and 8-1 in the Big 12. They're now 18-3. They came in at 17-3 overall to this game and 7-2 in the Big 12. They're now 18-3 and 8-2. But 83-71, and you're like, all right, they lose by 12. Ooh, crazy. They lose by 12. And what was the difference in the first quarter? 12 points, 22-10. And it's those single-digit quarters, barely, double-digit quarters. And Coach Adair's addressed it. Like, they have addressed the rebounding. You look at last night, like I said, Jaylen Brown, by the way, had 20 points, like I said, but she had 11 boards, 5 assists, 1 steal. She did turn the ball over 7 times, and that's tough because they had 16 turnovers, and Oklahoma State had 9. Again, under 10, all coaches say that's too much. It's just the higher levels you get to, but still, Oklahoma State at 9, you'll get on them about that, but you're not going to be thrilled, to say the least. But 20 points, 11 boards. They pretty much look. Oklahoma State they outrated them by 1, 41-40. They're crashing the boards. Coaches talked about that. That message has sunk in and gotten through. Like I said, Brown had 11. Both Parkinson and Jason Jackson had 7. And then Michaela Moore had 4. And Kennedy Fauntleroy, Kennedy Basham, and there were team rebounds, but Fauntleroy and Basham each had 3. And then even Ty Skinner, like I said, got in with 2 rebounds. So you're crashing the boards. You're 12 offensive boards out of the 40. You'll take that. That's 41-40. Basically, you're right there. The one that we're like, coaches look at that and say, okay. But then you look at, and Jaylen Brown did pick up a technical foul last night. And, she's got a little spice here. And again, look, right, wrong, or indifferent, guys. And yes, I won't, and not just because it's Sun Devils, but I won't always side with it. I was listening on the radio when she got the technical, and I was like, huh. But that being said, it's tough because when you think about it, for Kennedy Basham, it's one of those things where, especially rebounding again at 6'7", yeah, you want more. Is there another player down there banging around trying to get everything done? Yes, absolutely. So it's that part of it, my friends, is the tough part. But 41-40 in rebounds, you'll take that any day of the week and twice on Sundays. Like, you got 40 boards. Yes, you did have 16 turnovers. They had 9, so you're still in a -7 there. But you look at, points in the paint. 32 for Oklahoma State, 30 for ASU. Points off turnovers, though, 19-10 in favor of Oklahoma State. Second chance points, and a little bit 19-13 in favor of Oklahoma State. Fast break points, 21-11 in favor of Oklahoma State. And then bench points was 15-9 in favor of Oklahoma State. Score was tied 2 times. The league changed once. But, it's fast break points, like I said, 21-11. Second chance points, 19-13. So it's you did get 28 and how many offensive? They had 16 offensive rebounds. So, like I said, 40, they all rebounded them by 1. It's when they come. But that first quarter, you look at 12 points, and there it is. Second quarter, it was 19-16 in favor of Oklahoma State. Third quarter, it was 24-20 in favor of Oklahoma State. But then ASU, look at that in the fourth. Closing down, battling, keeping going, and they outscore them by 7, 25-18. And you figure, if you put up, and they would have been 2 points short, but again, if you put up another 10 points, say, in the first quarter, which isn't out of the realm of possibility, guys, as we know, you don't have that slow start. And yes, teams are seeing this, and I guarantee you everything is copycat, right? In sports, we all know this, guys, right? Everything is copycat. So if it is, teams are like, okay, what are they doing? What are other teams doing that's causing the Sun Devils to have the slow start? And yes, obviously, Coach Adair and the staff are trying to counter that. People say, well, maybe you mix up the starting lineup, or again, it's not about showing panic. And again, mixing up a starting lineup isn't showing panic. We saw it last Saturday with Ty Skinner. But that's the issue. That's the inherent issue, is that you can mix it up. Again, showing panic is one thing, but mixing it up, trying to, spark, whether you're, looking for maybe a different player early, running some different sets. And yes, it's not like they're running the exact same set for a player or something each time. I know you guys know I'm not saying that, but yeah, inevitably, yes, you want to win, and the wins need to come. The wins need to come, and that is, what people are, that's what people want to see. And so, and I mean, obviously I was coach want to see, but it's the results, right? So yeah, there are things there, and to me, it's just that's your biggest challenge. That's your biggest challenge right there. So yeah, I mean, I can't Um, um, so I mean, look, it's yeah, and I know I got a teeny bit into the game there. I'll get into a little bit more coming up. We're going to talk some hockey too. Obviously, they're taking on Miami of Ohio tomorrow. They are just crushing it, crushing it. Coming off that again split with Colorado College here in Tempe last weekend at Mullet Arena. Guys, Coach Powers, again, the way this team's playing and the healthier they've gotten, you see the lines, you see what Ryan Kerwin has done. Charlie Shane obviously had a big Saturday night, but Lucas Sillinger assist-wise, Noah Beck assist-wise, like the puck, I mean, just the flow that they're playing with. Yeah, they're playing against other teams that obviously have that too. Denver's coming to town next weekend, guys. So the 7th and 8th, man, it is going to be, like I said, Denver's going to just, yes, be focused, but be seeing red because Sun Devils swept them. You guys know that, right? Went up to Denver, unanimous number one, all polls. Devils say, boom, boom, thank you. And yeah, when we take, so that, when we look, it's just, that was such an insanely great weekend. As yeah, I mean, November 22nd and 23rd, Friday, Saturday, 7 p.m., 6 p.m. Well, it was 7, 6 then. But 3-2 and 5-2 kids. And I mean, just to refresh your memory, the first game, that Friday night game, the 3-2 win, it was tied at 1. Both teams get a goal in the first. ASU scored first. Artem Schlain, again, didn't mention it. Again, it's having a hell of a year. And then he scored 35 seconds into the game. So, again, you get a fast goal like that on a team, and yes, they're going to battle back. You're not going to sit there and, play the old school hockey, being a, New Jersey Devils guy. You guys all know. Being an old school hockey guy, it's one of those things where the old get a lead and then dump and chase into the zone. So that's again very but yeah, I mean, you score 35 seconds in the game, and then at the 15:33 mark, Carter King ties it they were on a power play, but then at the 7:20 mark of the second period, Bennett Shimmick puts it in, makes it 2-1, and then Carter King that's his second goal. And that was it for at the 15:59 mark of the third. And then, and this has happened to the Devils, but they were the cardiac kids. They were the cardiac kids once again. And they at the 1914 mark, Artem Schlain gets his second goal of the game. So he scores 35 seconds in, and then 46 seconds before the game ends, 3-2 or regulation ends, 3-2. Devils get the win. Absolutely phenomenal. And then when we look at Saturday night, again, 5-2 was the dominant victory for ASU. Denver went up 1-0, and they scored. Sam Harris scored at the 1951 mark, so right at the end of the first. I mean, 9 seconds left to go in the first, and Sam Harris puts it in. Then at the 3:55 mark of the second period, guess what? Noah Beck Noah Beck puts it in at the 3:55 mark, and then at the 10:19 mark, Colin Potter again, who said, and again, I'm going to try and see if we can find out tomorrow if Colin Potter might be back. We'll check. But he scored at the 10:19 mark to make it 2-1. And then at the 11:11 mark, Artem Slane puts in a goal, make it 3-1. And then at the 16:40 mark of the second, Aiden Thompson from Denver put it in, makes it 3-2. But then Artem Slane gets his second goal of the game at the 2:46 mark of the third, so pretty early in the third. And then Bennett Shimmick closed it out at the 18:04 mark. It was an empty netter, but still, turn the ball over, bam. Bennett puts it in the back of the net. 5-2 Devils, my friends. So that is coming up. But first, I know I looked ahead. I can do that because I'm not playing, and Coach Powers is a phenomenal coach. His team, yes, they know who's coming up, but they know Miami of Ohio is first. And in the NCHC, you're not taking a game off, shifts off, let alone, a game, overlooking any 2-game series whatsoever at all in this conference. Teams in general, Coach Powers' team is not going to, no. So that is it again, so stoked. And then for, they have Miami of Ohio, Friday, tomorrow, 5 p.m. Friday and Saturday, both at 5 p.m. And yes, this will be their first meeting with Miami of Ohio. They do not play them twice this year, but so the only 2-game series with Miami of Ohio, which is in Oxford, Ohio, just in case any of you were wondering. So, hey, what's up, side real quick? Going to talk more hockey on the other side, get to other news and notes as well, too. Other stuff going on around Sun Devil Nation with water polo. Swimming has some stuff coming up. Baseball, softball getting going pretty shortly. Tennis is rolling. So, we'll dive into a little more hoops and hockey and other news and notes. Anything you have in the comments, hey, don't be bashful. Do not be bashful. Anything you have, anything you're thinking of, man, hit me up. Ask questions. I'm all for it. Even if you went to that school down south, but hey, let's be a little civil. We can be civil. I'll just call you that school down south. You can say, Tempe Normal School or Teachers College, whatever you like. But nonetheless, again, hit me up in the comments at Diablo00 on X. Artist Swimming on Twitter. My IG, Michael.Kirksino.5. Hit me up there. So we'll step aside and have more Pitchfork Lunch coming up.
KSRN has the inside track on all things sports, with topics and opinions from former players and local personalities. Catch 15-year NFL veteran Ed Smith and Jay Adams on Easy Sports Talk every Saturday.
Unfortunately, with this back and these knees, I don't quite have that ability, or at least I use.
For all things Arizona Cardinals, tune in Monday nights with Casual E and Sean McConnell.
Bird gang. I know it was another tough loss, but keep encouraged. We miss you, BA.
And now you can exclusively listen to former Arizona Cardinal Jeremy Bridges on his show, JB and Benny Blue Review.
Exactly.
Don't be dumb.
Sending the message out to the world.
Always laying that message. Don't be dumb.
Yes, your guy, Benny Blue, comedian extraordinaire.
Exclusively on KSRN, Casual Sports Radio Network.
This is the sound of a racing heart. It's beating a little faster because it belongs to a young child. But this child isn't in the middle of a close soccer game or playing with her puppy in the yard. Her heart is racing because she's just been told she has to move foster homes again. Change a child's story. There's a child waiting for a volunteer like you. Learn how you can help at casaforchildren.org. This is the sound of a racing heart. It's
Got a big painting project you've been putting off because you don't think you can afford it? Well, it's time to call the team at Customer First Solutions. Customer First is your one-stop shop for all home repairs, from full interior and exterior painting to handyman services, drywall repair, electrical, and plumbing. Customer First has the most competitive prices in the Valley. Your flat rate quote is based on the square footage of your home, and that includes wall repair. All Customer First technicians are licensed, bonded, and fully background checked for your assurance. Call or text Customer First Solutions at 480-877-0255 for your free quote. Customer First Solutions, where our customers and their homes are our first priority.
You are listening to the best internet radio station on the web, KSRN, Arizona.
And welcome back to Pitchfork Lunch. Yes, I am Michael Carrasino at Diablo00 on X, the artist formerly known as Twitter. See the show live there every day, Monday through Friday, 12 to 1. My IG, Michael.Carrasino.5, the YouTube, M is in Michael, V is in Victory, C is in Champ, 005. And yes, on the Casual Sports Radio Network, www.ksrnaz.com, the best internet radio station on the web. So, yes, you can check it out there. For those that were listening on KSRN, just some of those goals from Colorado College. Ryan Kerwin, Charlie Shane. Man, again, they just absolutely I mean, look, games like that happen. It's hockey, man. The momentum can change. And, you know, when you have talented teams, it happens. But yeah, I mean, it's just it's I mean, you look at and I wanted to say this too, because you look at where ASU is. They're second in goals scored in the conference behind Denver. Denver's got 90, ASU has 84, and then Western Michigan has 78. Minnesota Duluth was 70, North Dakota was 69, Omaha 69 as well, and then Colorado College has 66. St. Cloud State has 54, and Miami has 45. So, again, hungry teams. That's all I'm going to say to you guys. Goals allowed, ASU is sixth in the conference. They've allowed 61. Miami's allowed 94. Minnesota Duluth 75. North Dakota 66. Colorado College and St. Cloud State 64. ASU 61. Omaha. Wait, why did it do it that way? There we go. Sorry, ASU is fourth in goals allowed. I had it backwards. Apologies, guys. I pulled a school down south there to see if you were paying attention. So I'm sure some of you caught it. Please if you message me, yes, I apologize. That was pretty terrible. that was brutally terrible. But nonetheless, with that. But yeah, so in goals allowed, ASU is fourth. So yeah, Western Michigan is allowed 40. Denver's just allowed 47. And think of that. 8 of those are to the Devils. 8 of the 47 the Devils have. So not bad. Omaha has allowed 53. Then ASU, like I said, 61. Colorado College and St. Cloud State at 64. North Dakota at 66. Minnesota Duluth at 75. And then Miami at 94. The good news is ASU is 7th in penalty minutes. As Miami of Ohio has the most at 115. Colorado College has 2. Or no, in penalties. Sorry, ASU, not in penalty minutes, in penalties. So Miami, again, they have 115 penalties this year. Colorado College 102, and then everybody else under 100, but North Dakota at 95, St. Cloud State at 91, Omaha at 87, Denver at 86, ASU at 86, Minnesota Duluth at 83, and then Western Michigan has drawn the has committed the least amount of penalties. So yeah, actually they're first. So ASU would be fourth in that. Okay. I don't know why it's doing that, but nonetheless, so yeah, I mean, Western Michigan, only 59 minutes of penalties. And you have Miami of Ohio with 115. So penalty minutes. Now, Miami of Ohio is tops in penalty minutes, guys. They have 328, the team that they're playing this week. So again, play your game, but you can probably get some penalties from this team. Then Colorado College has 249. Omaha has 249. Colorado College has 240. North Dakota 218. Minnesota Duluth 216. St. Cloud State 209. Denver 202. ASU 180. And then Western Michigan at 129. So yeah, I mean, if you look at, second least amount of penalty minutes is to ASU. But yeah, Western Michigan, they just don't commit penalties. Or I know those rivals of Western Michigan, and I've seen some games, are going to say, "Oh, well, come on, Michael, they just don't they get all the calls." And if anybody comments and says they're the Chiefs of the NCHC, no, you're better than that. But yes, my Ohio team again, and they're struggling a little bit. They're 3-19 guys, and they're 0-14. They're 3-19-2, and then they're 0-14. in conference play. So yes, they are struggling, and I mentioned it. I know I mentioned it a few weeks back that they were struggling, but again, you don't overlook a struggling team. I mean, people can say in all sports, hockey is the one sport I say is like literally head and shoulders above the rest. And if you watch or you're a fan, or even if you're a casual fan, you take a night off. I mean, a lot of times, look, you get down big in football to a team that, people feel, oh man, this team should be beating this team. Again, games aren't played on paper, but you know what I'm getting at. Football, you get down, you're like, okay. You come at basketball, you get down, you're like, okay, let's woohoo and turn it around. Teams have gone on big runs, right? So that being said, but in hockey, you give a team confidence, you get down to them. It's not that you can't dig out of a hole in hockey, because yes, teams have. We all know this, right? But the issue is they'll gain a lot of confidence, and then stuff happens, and all of a sudden, guess what? Your final buzzer sounds, and you're like, what just happened? And I've seen it before, kids. So yeah, that's the one part from that. But yeah, I mean, this ASU team, again, loving what they're doing. 14-9-1. I mean, if you look at the U.S. College Hockey Association rankings, by the way, ASU, again, with that split, they fell one spot to number 12. They're number 12 in the country. Let's see. Boston College is number 1. Michigan State is 2. Western Michigan 3. Minnesota 4. Denver, again, 5. Look, yes, you want to win both games. You want to beat Miami of Ohio first. Guys, I'm going to say this. Denver comes here, and they split with Denver, so they took 3 out of 4 from Denver this year. Like when they were number 1 and then they were number 5, I got to think that, yes, it depends what teams above them do, but I mean, Ohio State is right above them at 11, at 15 and 7. I mean, they dropped 2 spots this last week. Boston University is at 10, but yeah, sorry, I'll go. Denver's at 5, Maine is at 6, Providence at 7, UMass Lowell at 8, Connecticut at 9, Boston University, BU, at 10. Don't say Boston College to them, and don't say Boston University to Boston College. I've known that for a million years. Probably haven't said that on here before, but yeah. And then Michigan, who again, they had the loss and then they had the tie with, is number 13. They're 1 spot behind ASU. And then Quinnipiac is at 14. Minnesota State at 15. North Dakota, again, another NCHC member, is at 16. Wisconsin at 17. New Hampshire at 18. Augustana is at 19, and then UMass is at 20. So, and ASU had 491 points. Ohio State at 526. So again, right there. So I mean, again, you should beat Miami of Ohio, and of course, the way the rankings are in their eyes. So I get it. But yeah, that is just that is just you get to this point. But when people are expecting you to win, obviously a very good thing, right? We all know this. But yes, going out, having them focused, it's on the road, but still, hockey, very, very, very headed to the looking to head. Shouldn't say heading, looking to head. They're headed in the right direction for the postseason, my friends, which again would be absolutely phenomenal. Because again, they were there in 2019 was the last time. So, and yes, independent, everybody gets it, we know. So, but yeah, that's coming up obviously tomorrow and Saturday. But yeah, I mean, look, for women's hoops, like I said, 8-14 overall. And yeah, that loss last night, I mean, you put up 10 points in the first quarter. Like, And I went down that. Like, yes, you have those not so good quarters, and that's all it takes. That's all it takes. Because again, you're even the rest of the way. I mean, just think about that. 22-10. Okay, but you look at the second quarter, 19-16. Okay, yes, they still got outscored by 3, but then 24-20. Okay, out by 4. So they got outscored by 7 in the second and third, but they outscored Oklahoma State by 7 in the fourth. For the second, third, and fourth quarter, you're even. They even it out because they're battling, and again, they can do it. But it's the first quarter, and I know. Look, Coach Adair can only answer it in so many ways. You know, it is happening. It's not that they're not focused and they're not. It's not like overly prep people like they should prep. Well, no, you don't want to be pressing because then you're going to force things. You're going to do things that, playing hero ball, which I always hear coaches say, you don't need one person playing hero ball. Stick with what you're doing, right? But, I mean, Ty Skinner, like I said last night, 50% from the field, 7-14 overall, but she was 5 for 8 from 3. So she was 2 for 6 from inside the arc and 4 for 4 from the line. Again, the double shot, 10 for 14, 71% on the road. Again, something about 75, it would be better. I mean, but I mean, Oklahoma State was worse at the free throw line. Although they were 6 for 6 in the second half. They were 3 for 6 in the first quarter, 3 for 7 in the second, and then 2 for 2 and 4 for 4. 12 for 19. So, I mean, yeah, they had 5 more free throw shots. But still, again, you look at that, 5 more free throw shots. ASU they make 4 out of 5 of those, right? 75, you score 10 more points. When they get again, it's not far-fetched. I'm not connecting insane dots they got blown out by 35. They're getting on average, they're getting blown out by 35, 40 points. So, look, Coach Adair and them, I confidence that it will happen. It's a tough conference. I mean, it is a very, very tough conference. And now they have BYU this Saturday at 6:30 p.m. Yes, at Desert Financial Arena. The men have that team down south at 11 a.m. We are going to really crush on that tomorrow at 11 a.m. But at 6:30 Saturday night here at DFA, BYU is in town. And yes, again, I will talk about that tomorrow as well. But I mean, it's like I said, it's not that there's not improvement from last year because we can all see that. But like I said, it's a results-based society, but business, you could say, right? Like teams were looking to win. So, but Coach Adair, what they're doing, it's not. And again, the injury bug has hit sporadically, and that's the frustrating part too, because it has definitely shortened the rotation. But other teams have to deal. A lot of teams have to deal with it, and it's not an excuse. I'm just giving you facts. So. But hey, that is going to do it for Thirsty Thursday edition of Pitchfork Lunch. So glad you guys all jumped in, which is awesome. I will see you tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. And again, don't forget, hockey, basketball, hockey all weekend long. We'll hit other news and notes because I know water polo is on the road. They took a trip. And let's say – swimming may have had a meet, but we'll get to all that tomorrow. You guys have a phenomenal rest of your Thursday. Ooh, possibly a guest tomorrow too. I know I said today, but again, scheduling, hey, got to try and schedule everything. So I know I said today, possibly today, but tomorrow is looking pseudo up on that. So we might adjust. We'll definitely talk, obviously, rivalry, hoops, all that good stuff. So that being said, I'm going to get out of here. Everybody have a phenomenal rest of your Thirsty Thursday. So stoked you jumped into Pitchfork Lunch, going around Sun Devil Nation, going inside Sun Devil Nation with me. And yes, thank you to Big 12 Champs Women's Volleyball. our state, as you know, because it is our state. Let's not get crazy. We all know it's our state. Hashtag our state. And yes, you guys know it. As always, just when you see the people from down south, as always, forks up.
I went to Arizona State. Right. I'm a Sun Devil, man.
The 27-yard line. That's a great call, too. Blaine Baker, Farmer will put it up, throws over the middle. Touchdown. Great play.
That's away. Trying to center off with Eckerly, and he just missed the net. O'Reilly with the shot. 4 down. He scored.
From behind for a month. Now with the lead, they're getting a little wobbly. Philadelphia, they won't get him. Wow!
Edwards pulls off